Welcome to Wednesday Wrestling Reviews. Sorry it's a little late this week, but let's jump right into it. Greatest Royal Rumble. You wouldn't have missed anything if you skipped the pre-show kickoff, but I enjoyed hearing from three of my favorite Hall of Famers, Jerry the King Lawler, Jim Ross, and Booker T. Opening match. John Cena versus Triple H. Was rooting for Triple H all the way. This was a highly entertaining match, reminding me of an old school match, proving that you don't need a fast paced, high flying, but just a normal paced match. John Cena won in a combo move of AA, slingshot into the corner, and another AA for the win. Cruiserweight Championship match Kalisto versus Cedric Alexander. Was rooting for Cedric Alexander to defend. There were lots of neat spots in this match. Awesome finish to the match. Selena Del Sol reverse countered into a lumberjack for Cedric to win and defend. Raw Tag Team title match, vacant title. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus The Bar and Cesaro and Sheamus. Was fully behind the leaders of the world. Very entertaining but silly match. Hardy and Wyatt win with tag team deletion, becoming new champs. United States Championship match. Jeff Hardy champ versus Jinder Mahal with Singh. I'll be surprised if Jinder doesn't win. I'm rooting for Jeff Hardy to retain, though. Surprisingly, the crowd was booing Jinder. Also surprisingly, Hardy retained with Swanton. Entertaining backstage interview with Chris Jericho, who is my pick to win the Royal Rumble, and then a backstage interview with Daniel Bryan. SmackDown Tag Title match, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, the Bludgeon Brothers, versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I was rooting for the Bludgeon Brothers to retain. The Bludgeon Brothers dominate in this rather short match. Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. I was rooting for The Miz, but I would be cool with Seth Rollins retaining. Rollins steals victory from Balor by jumping from top rope to ladder to snag the title. Great match. Silly in-ring skit where they bring out four Saudi prospectives WWE superstars. The Dabari brothers come out to try to humiliate them, but the four beat them up. SmackDown WWE Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, the champ. I was rooting for Shinsuke, so we have an interesting heel champion and will continue this feud a little longer. Unfortunately, the match ended in a double countout, though they continued to fight until AJ left him lying and retaining the title. Single casket match. Rusev with Eddie English versus The Undertaker. Strongly rooting for Taker to dominate. After a decent back and forth match, Undertaker put both Rusev and Eddie English in the casket. Universal Championship match, Steel Cage. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, the champ. I was just watching this one, but suspected that Roman would win by climbing out of the cage. Unexpectedly, a spear by Roman knocks both of them through the cage side to the floor. Brock kept the title, but technically Roman's feet hit the floor first, so this is a controversial ending. And then the last match of the night was the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble match. I was rooting for the Ayatollah of rock and roll, my man Chris Jericho. I at least wanted him to be the one to eliminate Kevin Owens. I won't go play by play because that would take too long. But in the end, Braun Strowman won with Daniel Bryan lasting the longest at an hour and 16 minutes. It was a good pay-per-view. Now let's move on to Raw. Roman Reigns opens up Raw coming out to the ring. Roman says he was cheated and even the ref said so he is champ. Samoa Joe appears on the Titantron saying he'll destroy Roman at Backlash. Then Jinder Mahal and Singh come out complaining about how Jeff Hardy cheated, but tonight he'll beat up Roman. Then Sami Zayn comes out, the hometown Canadian hero, declaring he'll fight Roman. Then Kevin Owens comes out to cheers, and he says, I think it should be KO versus Roman. Kevin says it should be a popularity contest. Kevin wins the popularity contest, but Roman punches KO, and then the three beat up on Roman. Then Lashley comes to the rescue, and then also Braun Strowman. Lashley, Braun, and Reigns clear the ring. After commercial, a six-man tag announced. Elias versus Bobby Roode. Elias gets all kinds of boos as he tries to do his concert. Was vaguely rooting for Bobby Roode, but match was sort of boring. The match ended when Elias rammed Bobby into a metal bar holding up the top rope. Bobby was choking, and the refs stopped the match. Elias declared himself the winner. Authors of Pain, Razor and Akeem versus John Paul and Francis, two jobbers. I really didn't care about this match and hoped it would be short. It was AOP dominated. Seth Rollins, Intercontinental Champion, comes out to the ring. He brags about winning title. He says he wants to be a fighting champion. Finn Balor comes out to challenge for the title. Rollins accepts. The former Miztourage, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel come out. They beg to join both them as a faction. Balor and Rollins refuse, so Bo and Curtis attack but get beat down. Then Finn attacks Seth, leaving him lying. Ruby Riott with Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks. Like all the women, so was just watching. Good match with great back and forth action. They show Bayley watching match backstage. Thanks to distraction from the rest of the Wyatt squad, Ruby Riott delivers the Riott kick for the win. Funny moment of bliss where Alexis claimed Nia Jax is a bully and that she'll get her title back. Renee Young interviews Titus O'Neil about tripping underneath the ring. Titus says it's inspirational to get back up. Baron Corbin comes out and insults Titus, saying it would be more inspirational not to have tripped. Matt Hardy gives a great promo with Bray Wyatt. Six-man tag match. Jinder Mahal with Sunil Singh, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Wasn't looking forward to this pointless tag match. I was just rooting for Braun Strowman to run wild and give people these hands. After a long semi-comical match at times, Braun finally delivers his power slam on Kevin Owens for the win. Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose. I was fully behind Baron Corbin. Unfortunately, Titus Worldwide comes out to distract Baron Corbin, allowing No Way Jose to win with a roll-up pin. Natalya with Ronda Rousey versus Mickie James with Alexa Bliss. Really like all these women, so was just watching. After Bliss tries to interfere, Ronda chases her around the ring, allowing Natty to get the roll-up pin. Nia Jax comes out after match. Bliss runs through crowd, and Nia goes to ring to raise Ronda and Natalya's arms in victory. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler do a promo basically putting Raw on notice. Intercontinental Championship match. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Was rooting for Seth Rollins, but figured the Miztourage would interfere and mess up this match. This match was a high-flying, fast-paced, back-and-forth match. Surprisingly, Miztourage never shows, and Seth wins with his stomp. I guess the Miztourage story was pointless. Now we get to SmackDown. Paige opens show announcing AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura championship match at Backlash will be no disqualification. After that, Miz in the ring does Miz TV. He announces Daniel Bryan is banned from Miz TV. Then Miz says he'll beat Seth Rollins at Backlash and introduces Jeff Hardy, the United States champion. After changing comedic insults, Miz brings out Randy Orton. Miz tries to invoke the two to fight, but fails. Shelton Benjamin comes out claiming he deserves the title. Randy attacks Shelton and Miz tries to get Randy, but the Hardy gets him turned into a tag match. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton versus Shelton Benjamin and The Miz. Pointless tag match, but was rooting for Orton and Hardy. This match sort of dragged boringly on. Randy did a cool double DDT spot, then delivered RKO to Shelton, and Hardy Swanton Bomb for the win. After winning, Hardy took an RKO out of nowhere. Renee Young tries to interview Iconic and Carmella. Carmella isn't there at first, then Iconic makes fun of Renee chasing her off. Then they introduce Carmella and claim they'll win the six-woman tag match later. The Bar runs into the New Day and back. They insult each other until Sheamus challenges Xavier Woods to a singles match, which is accepted. Rusev and Aiden and back run into Lana, who talks to Rusev in private, saying that something is holding him back. I think she wants to be his manager again. Big Cass comes out to the ring. He insults Daniel Bryan, saying he'll beat him at Backlash. He calls out Daniel Bryan, who isn't there, and a small person dressed as Daniel comes out. After joking about Daniel, then Big Cass jumped the phony and beat him up until a bunch of refs come out and chase off Cass. Renee Young calls out AJ Styles to the ring. Shinsuke is wanting an apology, but AJ calls him a coward and calls Shinsuke out if he wants an apology. Samoa Joe comes out saying AJ is focusing on the wrong match. After he beats Roman Reigns at Backlash, he'll be coming for the title. Shinsuke's surprise blow blows him from out of nowhere, then Kinshasa kick. Becky Lynch is in locker room with Charlotte Flair and Asuka. They claim they'll win the 6-woman tag, basically. Sheamus with Cesaro versus Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston and Big E. Didn't really care about this match because I've seen these teams feud too much already. After a boring back and forth match, shenanigans ensues, allowing Xavier to get a surprise roll-up pin victory. Paige has an Absolution reunion and announces to them that Mandy Rose has a one-on-one match versus Becky Lynch next week. Though the two thought they would be in line for a title match, where Paige tells them Absolution is dead and there will be no favoritism. Andrea, Sienna Almas, and Selena Vega have a promo saying they'll be coming soon. Then we have a 6-woman tag match. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka versus Camellia and Iconic, which is Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. I was looking forward to this one, but found it hard to choose one team over the other. Even though this was a pointless tag match, I suspected Charlotte, Becky, and Asuka would win. This was a comical and fun match. After chaos ensues, Asuka wins with the Asuka lock on Peyton Royce. Now we move on to 205 Live. They open the show with a review of how Cedric defended at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Buddy Murphy made weight and returns tonight. Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami versus D. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. Totally behind D. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. Yeah, after shenanigans, Jack Gallagher gets the win after a headbutt. After match, Hideo pushes down Tozawa and walks out. Drew Gulak talks smack about Kalisto, saying he'll beat him tonight. Buddy Murphy versus a jobber, Leon Looney. Boringly, Buddy won by knockout. Cedric confronts Buddy in the aisle and they brawl until Buddy runs to the back, being chased by Cedric. Then Cedric is interviewed and back, claiming that Buddy knows where to find him. Kalisto versus Drew Gulak. I was rooting for Drew Gulak. After a decent match, Drew Gulak wins with submission. Next, NXT. Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era opened the show, bragging about previous wins and how Pete Dunne was going to lose tonight. Cara Zane and Saza was fully behind Cara Zane, the Pirate Princess. This was a quick match with Cara Zane winning from an off-the-top rope elbow. After match, Lacey Evans comes out to the ring to apologize to Kari. Kari refuses to accept and Lacey smacks her down. Kathy Kelly interviews Candice about Ciampa's attack on Gargano. Candice is confused by why Ciampa keeps doing this, but is too distraught to talk anymore. Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford versus TM61, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller. Didn't really know either team and didn't really care about this pointless tag match. TM61 steals the win by quick roll-up pin with foot on ropes. Patrick Scott versus Kona Reeves. Figured that Kona would win since his return, but truly I didn't care. Kona wins with a Hawaiian drop. Candice LeRae versus Bianca Belair. Was just watching this one because both women looked like they could give a great match. Bianca Belair impressed me in this match and won with an alley-oop. Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong with Undisputed Era Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly at ringside. Was just watching this one figuring it could go either way. Pete was about to win when the Undisputed Era jumps in and Danny Burch, Arnie Larkin come to Pete's rescue, driving Undisputed Era to retreat. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, ring that notification bell to keep up with the latest videos, comment below to let me know what you thought. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and you can support the channel through Patreon. Links are in the video description below. Thank you very much.